All right, let's turn to soda now. We wanted to cover this yesterday, but we just talked too long with Glenn Greenwald. So we got to get this in here. Let's put it up there on the screen. A little mini scandal erupting. This is from End Tribalism in Politics. Great account, actually, by the way. And he says, conservative influencers are selling their souls, I'm going to add a allegedly there, to soda lobbyists for a few extra bucks.
They allegedly have souls?
Yeah, there you go. To keep soda on Snap. Anyone backing this is not MAHA, or Make America Healthy Again. They're anti-health, anti-truth, and anti-kids. It's time to expose the grifters trying to hijack the MAHA movement. Oh, so who is he talking about here? Let's go ahead and put these up there on this screen. And what you guys can see in front of you are a series of tweets made by some pretty big conservative accounts. Let's go to the next part, please, just to show people, where they basically all boil down to the same talking points. Quote, efforts to restrict SNAP purchases takes away the autonomy of the consumer to make their own decisions. This is an example of government overreach, but an example of why people should strive not to be dependent on the government at all. Go to the next one. So these are all like pretty large accounts, actually, which, you know, significant following, etc. And all of them just all seem to have the same language. Government overreach. They want to restrict. A new war on soda has begun, targeting purchases made through SNAP. This is from Ian Miles Chong. I don't believe it's the government's role to decide what people should or shouldn't eat. Now look.
Why does he say the government?
Yeah, right.
He does not live here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good point.
What government?
Yeah,
it is
we need to make America
government.
a place where right-wing influencers just live in America. Is it too much to ask? Is it too much to ask? All right, I guess, I mean, it fits with my nationalist beliefs, so I'm glad you agree with me.
Let me have
there.
a little light xenophobia with that guy.
It's not xenophobic to just say, bro, you don't live here. You live in an Islamic theocracy, bro. Like, why are you telling me about SNAP? All right, go find Jolo. That's what you should be focused on.
The government. Like,
the
government.
Yeah.
The government is your government.
You're Malaysian. Yeah, go and find Jolo. Return him to us.
When you find Jolo,
that's right.
Talk to me.
We'll give you citizenship. Give us Jolo. All right, that's my demand. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
for $5 million.
Yeah, that's right. For people who don't know what we're talking about, $1 billion whale. Isn't there a documentary on this?
Yes.
Yeah. Watch the documentary. More importantly,
Man on the Run. I'm in it.
The book is. Oh, that's right. You are in it because I texted you about it. And I was like, oh my God, Ryan's in this Jolo documentary. Guys have to watch it. The book is unbelievable. It's genuinely unbelievable. That's just a side note. So Nick Sorter, great journalist, he uncovered what this all is. So let's put this up there on the screen. He shows us direct screenshots. Quote, these influencers were given a couple of templates to use by, quote, influenceable. One of those templates specifically tells them to mention Trump's Diet Coke habit. This was done to invoke an emotional response from loyal Trump supporters, making them feel as if banning soda from SNAP is the food stamps program, would be anti-Trump. This is an incredibly dirty tactic meant to manipulate loyal followers. And you can actually see there's these soda bans and government overregulation, and it says up at the top, the campaign highlights the dangers of government overregulation. The narrative emphasizes how such regulation is an overreach that unfairly targets consumer choice. Key resources, Trump with Diet Coke image. And he goes on to say that these influencers were texted by Influenceable, telling them to help push back against government overreach, and told that they would be paid between several hundred and even $1,000 for each post attempting to turn MAGA folks against RFK Jr. and MAHA. Now again, whatever you think about this whole soda thing, you might even agree, Ryan. I suspect that you do agree. I don't fear that you're getting paid $1,000 by the big soda lobby to say what you think. And you would think, maybe I'm naive. I've never been paid to post literally anything in my entire life. And so, I just thought that we all just post what we're thinking, and then we all make our money in the way that we do our job. But for some people, this is their job. I just thought that, at least in politics, again, naively, you usually do it by building up an audience, telling people what you think, criticize, whatever, But it's not like fashion. It makes sense that a fashion influencer would be paid by fashion companies. But here, you're literally watching under the table deals to post political opinions and advocacy, specifically for the purpose of trying to shape government regulation. So it actually tells us a lot, both about the right-wing ecosystem, where so many of these people are genuinely for sale. Also, $1,000, come on,
Right.
You guys make that.
Goes a long way in Malaysia.
Yeah, you're right. It goes a long way in Malaysia. Not for the rest. It's like really? You're not making money elsewhere? I know all of you people. I know how you're making money. You're making money doing speaking fees and all this other stuff. So I guess this fits into that. But it's like, is it really worth it, being outed as a joke like this? Because why should anybody ever trust any of you ever again? And now, you just can't help but notice and continue about how many of these campaigns are so obviously organized behind the scenes. Maybe whenever it applies to a foreign country, might be noticing some of that as well. Very interesting. Everybody always seems to be on script. Sometimes the script is real and they actually believe it, but it's just obvious in this case. And again, allegedly, for some of those people, it hasn't been confirmed, but they haven't denied it either, that they're being paid to do this. The policy implications of it are actually important because it is an ongoing fight within the MAHA movement to try and remove unhealthy food and soda from the food stamp program. And again, we can have a big political fight about it if we want to, but we should at least have some good faith, I would think, online that these people aren't getting paid to post their opinions, and they obviously are. So anyway, if you saw any of those accounts, you should ask them questions. Ask them some questions.
Yeah, right. Which other of your opinions?
Yeah, which other ones
have paid for?
Right.
This is.
What do you believe?
This is a really,
literally.
And then there's going to be a troll farm underneath all of these, paid for by the soda lobby, that will be like, Ian is so right. Ian is based.
Yes.
Great take. On the policy itself, I have an unpopular opinion on this. Probably, I grew up on food stamps, and I hate any nanny state humiliation of the poor. I just hate it. I want poor people to be treated like human beings, like everybody else, and that if other people are allowed to buy terrible things, they should be able to buy terrible things. Now, I would say let's start with.
I mean, you can buy terrible things with your own money. You can buy anything you want with your own money.
I know, because America just cares so deeply about the poor.
Okay, but that's a separate argument, right? Which is we can care more about the poor, which we
It's just
should.
about then increase the SNAP benefit. Help people out.
I don't know. I feel very torn about it. The food system is obviously the number one culprit here. They're the people who designed all of this in the first place to make it ultra
so
unhealthy.
Stop the subsidies of the sugar industry. How about
right, well, why don't we do both, right? That's what I would say. I would say, okay, well, let's end the subsidies. Let's make it so that these soda programs and others aren't even available in, high schools and others. I remember reading about the war to keep soda in high school. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's completely insane.
Yeah.
Right. I think if you want to use government policy to make America healthy, do it for everybody.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And so then tax, put a tax on sugar stuff and take this, literally, because Florida is so important to our politics, sugar gets massive amounts of subsidies. And it's not just because Florida is important, it's also because the sugar lobby then uses the money and buys off politicians. Just literally get rid of the subsidy and make sugar compete. Why do we, you flip the box over and look at added sugars?
Oh, I know.
It's like, really, Cheez-Its needs added sugars? Cheez-Its will be fine without the added sugars. Good luck. Go through the grocery store and try to find something that doesn't have added sugars, like whole wheat bread. Flip the whole wheat bread over. It's like added sugars, like, oh my God. Why are you adding sugar to wheat bread?
It is. Look, I could talk about
because you're subsidized to do it. Is the answer.
It's not just subsidy though. This is where it's on the consumer as well. And I don't blame people.
It's not on the consumer. It's on. They go into a lab and they figure out what makes your brain go bing.
Yes and no. But the thing is that if you just look at the amount of processed food that we consume now, it is just exponential compared to the past. In fact, I think that's the main reason.
Right, but that's not because consumers led a movement and we're like, what we need is more processed food.
But they were responding a bit to consumer choice. Like the truth is, you can eat healthy if you want to. You just have to need time. And what people don't have is time, and it's very inconvenient.
And access to fresh food.
Cooking is a pain in the ass. You can do it. It's actually quite cheap if you want to. But the problem is that it takes a lot of time. People are busy.
Got the crock pot.
Yeah, you can crock pot it up. I mean, it's not that hard. But again, it's about intention and brain space, which most people are busy and they don't have the time. Or you have two-parent households who are working. I don't blame anybody out there. If you put something in the microwave and you've been working for 12 hours a day, and let's say your husband's on a night shift and you're on the day shift and you're the sole caregiver, I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm with you. I'm not going to lecture you and tell you, oh, it's so easy or whatever. I totally agree. We should design the system to change things a little bit.
SNAP should cover diapers. It should cover medicine. Like SNAP should be able to cover things that you really need.
Are there not other programs that cover
Tylenol.
that? Well, diapers I know.
Like
That's a
Tylenol.
big one.
How about
That-
Tylenol?
Yeah.
Like your kid's got 104 fever, and they want $15 for this bottle of Tylenol that they keep behind a lock and key, and you can't use your benefits for it. What good is being able to?
But you can use soda. See,
Buy
that's where I am. Like the things that are included in that are very obviously they're very obviously included as part of a lobbying campaign that has been very successful over the last several years. So we'll return to the story.
There's like a hot food thing. You can't get hot food, but
I thought you could.
there's a loophole where
I've seen them in 7-Eleven before.
well, there's various loopholes where if you can buy it cold, but then it's heated up.
Oh, that's right.
So
that's
like
what it is.
I used to be able to get shrimp because you'd get the shrimp
smart.
cold,
Yeah.
but then they'll steam it for you. There.
Yes, that's right. Publix will do that, I think. People always say about how
would,
great Publix
so that would
is.
be covered. But if it's already steamed, forget it.
No.
That's not for
Well,
you
that's just
poors.
foolish. Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.